Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. You all, I hope, have taken a look at the proposed schedule for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. That's what our agenda is today. We're gonna go over the
So can I make a comment? I did go through here
yeah.
and excuse me. One of the things, Parks and Rec, the year in review. I think we should hear from Parks and Rec earlier in the year because of the opening of the Motion Junction Park. It would be good to hear an update before they do the bulk of their work, which is done during the summer months, and then and certainly have a year in review, but I think we should also have one earlier.
Well, we had them August 2nd, so as well, are you thinking it should be earlier than that?
I do. I think it should be in the March or the April-May timeframe, so that we can be up to date on what's going on with Motion Junction.
Well, maybe we put them on April 5th when we do the tree team, Arbor Day. I bet
that would be that would be a good match, I think.
Let's move them to April 5th. Okay, so that leaves August 2nd open. All right, I'm just gonna go, I'm not gonna read all of these. If everyone is good with the dates up to June 7th, I wanted to talk about that because we want to do the strategic planning for 2023 earlier than we did this year. So the plan is to do a afternoon/night meeting. I'm thinking the same format as we did last year at Ononda. So we would substitute the June 7th meeting for a night meeting at that time. Any thoughts on that?
Good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what we did the last time seemed to be very successful. We had great attendance.
We did. We did.
Last time, I don't think we canceled our CIC meeting that was right before it, though. I think we had it.
I think we did have it.
And then we also had the night meeting.
Yeah, that's the way it was. Yes.
I don't know if we need it.
I would rather focus on the strategic planning and not have the meeting then. If everyone's all right with that. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I had,
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna explore, I'm not gonna set the date now, obviously, I just, because we need to look at the global calendar, but that will be on the agenda to set a night meeting for the strategic planning session.
Good.
We're gonna talk about budget early, so that's June. July 5th, in looking at your prior calendars, there's been a few times you've canceled and then a few, and then you've kept it. So I just want to talk about that since the 4th is on a Monday. So we would be rolling right into the CIC meeting after a holiday. That's up to the board or the committee.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Let's
have,
skip it. Let's skip it.
Skip it.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Back. Do you want to completely skip, or do you want to push it later in the week, or just do
I
the?
would
Go ahead.
push it to another day, like maybe the 6th.
like the Thursday.
Or the next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, if we do the next Tuesday, we'll have one on the 19th as well.
True.
I'm fine with later in the week. Because everyone's kind of back to business anyway,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep. Wednesday or Thursday? Let's do
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Take days off. Okay,
They might.
they might.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think if we push it just a little bit later, Oksana, we'll get everybody back from vacations.
Good morning
Yeah, that's,
at 9.
yeah, that's fine with me.
I have to ask you what you're pushing off. I had to step away for a minute. What date are you pushing off?
We're just moving the July 5th meeting a little bit later because of the holiday. You
Oh,
said
okay, okay.
Is
Thursday
Thursday.
They
morning.
meet on 9 a.m. on the first Thursday of the month. There are no members that overlap, but it's just, I don't know if that matters. It would be coinciding with that meeting.
All right, let's do the 6th then.
That's the Thursday, the 6th.
That's a
Wednesday.
Wednesday, the 6th.
Wednesday the
have-
6th.
We don't have any regularly scheduled meetings on
On
Wednesday
Wednesdays.
mornings.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we have the 2nd of August is open. Karen, we've got your team, your housing team, March 22nd and, August 16th. Are you,
I'm not sure that much happens between the meetings, but I mean, I'm fine with those. If you want, we can report on what we've been doing. But I would like Matt Horn also to be at those meetings,
at both?
because he's much better at presenting what's happening than I am.
Could we add the word transportation to that team? It's affordable housing
And
and
transportation
transportation.
team.
And
just so-
transportation, and we have just started to look at transportation, so
Okay, well,
we can try to have something together by March 8th.
well, it's the affordable housing and transportation team. I've got transportation separate on the 8th.
Yes,
So,
Well, what transportation piece are you talking about? So
That's,
keep in mind, there's two separate things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So there's the Affordable Housing and Transportation Project team that is charged by the one initiative, top five strategic initiative. Then number 5 is transportation planning,
Planning.
which is more planning public works, transportation, investing in roads and complete streets and all that stuff. So which one is this one for March 8th?
planning and public works, strategic planning.
Hmm.
Okay, so we'll leave that alone.
So you just need to talk with Terry.
Yes.
but she has bike, pedestrian and public on down for that, so that sounds a little different. Talking about transportation and complete streets. This man who was killed on County Road 10 the other night, is that because there were no sidewalks on County Road 10?
There are sidewalks on County Road 10.
Are
I mean,
there? I couldn't remember if there were or not. Okay,
there are both sides, so it's, it's right at that intersection, actually. So I don't know. I don't know. The law enforcement will have to figure that out, so.
okay, because we should be cognizant of what happened there, I think, because if there needs to be more lighting or something else at that area, we should be aware of what the environment really was when this happened.
Well, I think truthfully, Karen, I don't know that falls under affordable housing project team. I think that.
No, I know, but I was thinking of the Creekview Apartments. If he was coming from the Creekview Apartments, that's why I asked the question.
I don't know. I mean, there is a sidewalk, there's a half sidewalk there right now, farther down by Creekview, but in that area where this incident happened at the intersection, that's all sidewalk.
Okay,
But that's a whole topic, that's ongoing conversation with that Planning Public Works committee. And even the extension, there was a fatal, or not a fatal, bad accident involving a pedestrian at 364 and County Road 50. And the county is working on making another application for sidewalks going down that side and improvements there. So there's been a number of studies at some of these intersections that still need to be implemented, but that's really, I think, more on planning public works than.
And I understand that, Doug. It's just, it's really a tragic thing to have happen in that area. And I think, you know, as a town, we should push for some resolution if it's an ongoing problem.
Thank you for your insight, Karen. So March 8th, we'll do complete streets. I'll just rename it that. You know what I'm realizing, Sarah? That we didn't put Auburn Trail, any sort of trail updates in here.
Yeah,
Do you want to hop in on the 8th?
I suppose that could fit there. We should by then have some more to report. Hopefully some more will have happened by then. I'm talking with Emily Smith next week.
Okay.
What about signage?
Gateway signs,
Yeah, where are we at on that?
the company is making the signs during the winter this year. And then, so right now, nothing's happening. Doug, we need to talk about that too.
Well, so I think one of the things that I would actually encourage you to think about here is adding an additional meeting for a joint meeting of all the project teams and all the boards, because that's not in here, and then allowing new people to get involved. And we still don't know, we talked about this at the last meeting, but there's the Gateway Project team, there's the, I mean, I don't even know them all. There's the history team, there's all these different teams that were created that, you know, we haven't had updates from in a while, that we understand what's going on. Technically, there's the economic development, actually, that's a committee, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Separate, but any, I mean, general, you know, one big combined meeting, we haven't done that for a while, get everybody in the same room together, or at least invite everybody, whether it's Zoom or in person, it could be Zoom, that's fine. But then having more of a general conversation and then laying out, giving them opportunity for new people to join the project teams and then get these project teams rolling with their initiatives for the year.
So we do that on February 8th.
I think you need to do that one in the evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be the 9 o'clock meeting, or would that be an evening meeting?
Evening meeting, Oksana.
Okay. On the
Well,
8th?
No,
Or just
not,
to add one, right?
yeah, we'll add, it's gonna be early February, maybe actually the week of the 14th.
Doug, is it your intention to have it like that one time when we were at Ononda and each committee had discussed where they were with the goal, their goal for individual committee goals? Is that what you're talking?
Not so much that as like more like what we did for our project team kickoff meetings here, where we bring everybody kind of in the room.
Yeah, okay,
And kind
a
of,
long time ago.
right, just explain what the project team is working on so that everybody that's interested, and we put it out ahead of time, put it in the newsletter, all that kind of stuff, so that everybody has an understanding of what the team is doing, so that if they want to get involved, that they can.
Okay.
Sha- Shauna,
Yeah, yes.
did you get a response from any of the other committees and boards as far as who the representatives to CIC would be?
From planning board. Which boards? Every board?
Well, any boards.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna reach out now that the organizational meeting has happened. We're gonna reach out, and that's the plan for our meeting on the 8th, so I will be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. And the kickoff meeting, I'm looking at the week of February 15th. We do have a zoning board. And town board is on the 16th.
Mhm. I
So
mean, I
Thursday or
guess
Friday, or
if we
Thursday.
said, well, or if we said, hey, we're gonna keep it just to 1 hour. If we started at 5 o'clock, the town board meeting starts at 6.
Oh, yeah. that would
We
be
could do it from
fantastic.
5 to 6, do a brief and then roll right into the town board meeting at 6.
Yep,
Oh
so
my God.
2:16.
Then you'll
I
have
love
people
that
there
idea.
already.
Right.
That's good.
Great, 5 o'clock.
5 to 6, 15th, 14th,
That's the
16th.
16th at 5.
16th.
I'll let Jean know and we'll work on that. So kickoff, joint meeting for all the teams is a kickoff, 5 o'clock on the 16th.
I think in preparation for that, though, we really should get together a list. And Sarah, it would be awesome if it could go in the newsletter, but a list of all of the teams.
Yes,
And then have maybe the chair of each of the teams just give a very brief 2-minute, hey, this is kind of our plans, our goals, what we're working on, just so everybody has an idea of what there's Kelly is in the waiting room.
oh,
We should probably disable the waiting room for these types of meetings so that people can just join, which you can do under the security tab there, but just to kind of give a quick update on what's going on with each of those. So,
we will do that.
hi Kelly, sorry you were in the waiting
Sorry,
room. We didn't
Kelly.
See you, sorry.
Quite all right.
All right, we are at,
I was thinking the agenda for that meeting might also include, and you're probably thinking of this, is given the project teams and committees you have now, looking at the 5 critical goals in the comprehensive plan, seeing what current teams or committees should be working on aspects or all of those goals. It would be very, like you said, Doug, be very similar to what you did in your last meeting, where you had the committees, either you formed committees to address the goals or you assigned them to existing committees and teams. So I think that could be the end result of one of the end results of that meeting.
yes,
Chuck, that's a great idea. Shauna, maybe actually looking at the individual action items in the comprehensive plan with the assignment of the responsible entity and seeing which ones relating to these 5 specifically.
yeah, we
And
added that, but yeah,
you
we
did?
will, yeah,
Okay.
we added that to each,
Yeah,
but affirming and absolutely,
Well, this would be the opportunity to give them charge.
absolutely. July 6th. All right, we again, August 2nd is open. August 16th is Karen. All right, I left 2 blank. Just because I think I've just as I've been here, I know things shift and I thought, it'd be helpful to, if we don't want to do 2 that are open, maybe at least 1. Thoughts on that?
We actually have 3 because the July 6th meeting has no topic.
Which
July-
one are you talking about, Shauna?
Oh, July 6th does have no topic. All right, we have 3 blanks, July 6th, 20th, and the 4th of October.
Sean, I don't have the calendar in front of me, but do you have Planning Public Works Committee making any presentation part of the year?
We did just talk about having them on March 8th for complete streets.
Okay.
But it might be helpful to move them or to at least add them later in the year for an update.
Yeah, I think they got enough going on between water and recycling and different things that I think would be very informative to the community who's looking at the big picture to have the input from that committee.
Okay.
So maybe I was thinking that could fill in one of the blanks.
September 20th? Or do you want to go early with the July 6th?
July 6th might be tough with vacations and all. How about September?
Okay,
And let Terry know.
I will.
So
There-
it's like complete streets and planning public works.
So there's so much that really falls under that planning public works. I mean, it might not be a bad idea to even get like a separate update from that committee relative to the climate smart
Oh,
stuff.
right.
And then the transfer
The transfer
station.
station.
There's so many different things that fall under that committee. The other one that I don't see listed on here is any updates from the ordinance committee in terms of what they're working on.
Hmm.
I don't know if
Right.
you want finance or not, but that's the other committee that we have.
Yeah.
The UCB, I know you have that on here already.
I
so
do a
that's the-
BCB. Could we do finance and ordinance
Maybe,
together?
yeah, maybe.
Okay. Let's put them in July.
And then I'm assuming that some of these meetings, even if it's not the main topic, you're gonna kind of like review where we're at with the 5 initiatives and keep those top of mind awareness. So
Yeah,
that
we
we're-
had that specifically on the 17th of May to go over. Hello? Go ahead. Sal, did you say something?
Oh, I was just talking about just looking at the priorities.
I'll add them into, I'll add it again as just a extra on a meeting.
So can I quickly review what we have so far? February the 16th at 5 PM is when we're going to do the kickoff project teams. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, then
No,
July 6th.
15th. Wait,
Oh.
15th.
16th at 5.
Correct.
2/16 at 5.
Right before the town board meeting.
Oh,
The town board meeting was shifted because of that.
all right, that's right. Right.
I'm gonna say holiday, I guess it was a holiday.
And then July 6th, which we're talking about now, is open.
July 6th, we just added finance committee
Okay.
up.
Okay, so finance.
Ordinance too, or just finance?
Finance, yeah, finance and ordinance.
And then at September the 20th, Chuck made some recommendations that I didn't get.
The 20th, we'll have an update from the Planning and Public Works Committee.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So that leaves the 4th open of October. If we want to put something in there, we could add the priority goal status check-in again, a second.
Well, are there any new project teams that are needed for these 5 goals? Or is there anything that the CIC, I mean specifically, so the CIC is the committee, right? And the project teams all basically were created as subsidiaries of the CIC. So is there anything to achieve the 5 goals? 5 goals up, but is there any?
They're on the back.
They're here on the back side.
Shauna,
Yes.
if by any chance we have Halloween at Onanda this year, maybe on October 4th, we can just, give you the plans to the CIC and request help from all the other boards?
Do you think that's too late?
What?
Do you think that's too close to Halloween? Should we switch?
Well,
We could move planning and public works to the 4th and update.
no, I thought the planning and public works was the 20th.
Right, I'm saying we could flip flop those and talk about Halloween in September versus talk about it at the beginning of October.
Well, it should be already planned by October. So it would just be giving an update and asking for help.
That might not be a bad idea.
Okay.
Oksana,
Okay?
that's been a pet project for her
That's
for many
your
years.
thing, yep.
Yeah,
Halloween at Ononda,
yeah,
October 4th.
yeah.
The other thing I don't see on here is an update from the LDC, which does involve a number of the goals and initiatives.
Do you want them to separate or do you want them to come in under Uptown form-based code?
Well, I mean, it could
What is the
be
L?
the same, but it's more,
What
it's a
is
lot
the
more
L
than
stand
just
for in
Uptown.
I know.
LDC?
Local.
I mean, the
Local
LDC,
development.
they've given an
Local
update on what the
committee.
projects they're working on. They could give an
Local
update on the lakefront, what's going on
Okay.
there.
That's
Any
the one
number of
that
different things. So
changes
their
the
organizational
name.
meeting is
Oh, okay,
tomorrow. so.
thank you.
They are their own entity.
Okay,
I think that LDC should come in on their own.
the town and the city and someone else.
On their own, meaning not as part of our meeting?
Right, to present to the different committees. Because it sounds like from what Doug said, there's a whole lot going on out there.
You're saying a
That's
separate.
a good idea.
Got it, okay.
And I just put it out there, we don't really have a lot of participation at those meetings, but those meetings are open to the public. Anybody can join. Those
Right.
are all done by Zoom and stuff.
Right.
Anybody can jump in.
Well, the only opening I see is if we did keep the June 7th meeting versus cancel. We could just shift around.
Or you shift everything down
Mhm.
and take up that October 4th one just by the fact of shifting and insert them somewhere in the spring. What time of year do you want to talk about the LDC? If
Do you want
got
that
it
sooner or
earlier,
later,
or-
Doug? Doesn't matter.
Well, there is a blank in October.
We filled that up.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Could you
okay.
also, could you do the both? Is that possible? But the LDCs should be its own.
Yeah, have its own,
Yeah,
okay.
I probably wouldn't do it first quarter because it's a reorganization year for the LDC also with new members and stuff. And so I'm anticipating some organizational initiative stuff, but they could give you any number of updates. They have the stuff going on with the beverage trail, or, I mean, there's just so many things that they're working on that really might be of interest to the CIC members, and just kind of even plugging into some of the other things and
Mhm.
describing the alignment with our comp plan and stuff. So.
What about that June 7th meeting? If it's a update we're receiving from them, I know you said you want to focus on the strategic planning, but
Well, we'll be doing that separately in a night meeting, so we can keep it at June 7th.
let Matt come in.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
any other
Or
LDC.
the chair of the LDC. or-
Right, whoever that, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we are keeping the June 7th meeting. The strategic planning meeting will be in addition to at night. So the June 7th will be LDC updates.
Okay, June 7th.
So Matt and new chair. Okay. Did we catch everything? We have the history team updating twice. Do we need that? Do they need a full hour?
They would probably want to be providing an update on their history team grant, which by
Which we put
November
out,
1st will be complete,
Right.
right, finished.
right?
Then they also have their own smaller projects that they've been working on, which they may have more to report by then. I'm not sure that they would need a whole hour. They probably could share that with something.
With something.
If you want. I mean, if that's what we tell them, you've got a half an hour, and I'm sure Sarah Linda or whoever else comes could, you know.
I'd rather not tell
What
them.
team,
Yeah.
what team are you talking about?
History
Oh,
team. I think from
So the first opportunity for history team is like a bulk meeting for them,
April 19th.
so that they can sit everything that's going on and talk about the grant. But when we get into fall, maybe that could be like not as,
Right.
less thorough
Not as,
than April the 19th, maybe. Would you ask Sarah Linda and get her take on that? Like sort of a,
Well, the other thing that you've gone on with the history team, right, is cemeteries. Right? So there
Cemeteries,
seems to be
that's
a
big too.
prevailing, even though no decision has been made, instead of creating a cemetery committee, trying to roll that into the history.
right.
Oh, yeah, and grow it into, yeah, they didn't,
It's
there was no.
there's no consensus
No.
there.
Mm.
Okay, then let's leave them. I'm wondering if I should add cemeteries there. I'll just put slash,
Mhm.
yep,
Cemetery.
And they may always talk about cemeteries in their meetings anyway.
right.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, I think we're in a good spot, actually. Any other comments?
So in terms of the schedule, since the majority of the members today, and I know there was a conversation at the last meeting about time and dates, you want to revisit that? You have the majority of your members.
Oh, absolutely, yes. The last meeting we had, we discussed many things, frequency of meetings, time of meetings. It's been, consistently twice a month and at 9 a.m. What are the board's feelings on that schedule?
Well,
Time
I
frame?
said, I agree. Let's keep it the way we have for 6 years.
I agree also. It's a convenient time. I am overloaded with evening meetings. And I want to stay on the committee.
I'm fine with keeping
Okay.
things as they are. I'm good with that.
Likewise here.
So, Kelly,
Well, now that I can start making meetings, I'm good with it.
Great.
Chuck, how do you feel about that schedule?
I'm fine.
All right, we've got majority. And everyone,
Okay,
I will update this schedule and get it out to you tomorrow to take a look at the changes.
Mhm.
Do we need to vote on this?
We can. I mean, it is a committee.
Okay.
Ask for a motion.
Yeah. Someone want to make a motion to accept the changes to the draft? Thus,
I so moved.
I second it.
the motion made by Sal, seconded by Karen, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
bye.
Thank you all, motion carries. All right. That's all I had for today, unless anyone else has something they want to discuss.
No, that's
Happy
it.
Wednesday.
Great, thank you all. Have a
Yeah.
great day.
Bye.
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 Bye.